Do you have an itch on your back that you just can't seem to scratch? When this happens, do you fantasize about having many people scratch your back at the same time? Are you a masochist who takes pleasure in having many people scratch your back at the same time, potentially to the point of discomfort? If so, I might just have the thing for you. Hi, my name is Benjamin Pang, and I made the bed behind me so I can make this video. I have something that might change your life. And if it doesn't change your life, it will most definitely at least change how you feel. Hive. Feel the Hive is my attempt at deconstructing power dynamics found between internet content creators and their viewers. You see, the internet has come a long way since its debut in the 1990s. Nowadays, it is a fact of everyday life to see YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and TikTok creators making content for potentially millions of viewers to see. Within these interactions, a one-sided dynamic has emerged between the content creator and the viewers. The parasocial relationship. Let's say you're a streamer on Twitch, streaming to 1,000 viewers. As you stream, you talk to your viewers, you talk about your life, and over time, viewers get to know you almost as a friend. But you as a streamer have no idea what your viewers are like. See, 1,000 viewers, 1,000 individual people to have to know on an individual basis, that's simply impossible for anyone, let alone you, the streamer, separated by this vast digital divide to get to know each and every single one of them. The effects of parasocial relationships tend to vary from person to person. Many people treat content creators simply as a source of entertainment, passively consuming their content, perhaps leaving an occasional comment or interaction. But especially in tight-knit communities where the streamer or content creator and the viewer interact very closely, more intense parasocial relationships can develop, like when the viewer feels like they are the streamer's friend. Now, in its most extreme form, the viewer may feel like they have control over the streamer's life and are entitled to the streamer's attention and time. This is compounded by the anonymity, or at least the illusion thereof, that being one viewer among many have. Since the streamer doesn't know you, you as the viewer now have this implicit power over the streamer with comparatively little consequence. Ice Poseidon, a streamer who gained notoriety for pioneering the IRL live streaming category on Twitch, once streamed from an airport, even revealing which gate his flight was departing from. Needless to say, a viewer called in a bomb threat on Ice Poseidon, leading to a huge mess that brought live streaming into the media, but not in a good way. With online parasocial relationships in mind, I use the simple premise of an internet-powered backscratcher as a metaphorical sandbox for observing such power dynamics. I wanted users to feel two things: the no consequences power imbalance and how that affects your actions, and the strange disconnect between understanding that they are scratching someone's back, but also being unable to feel the full physical and emotional feedback of scratching. The experience is split into two wildly different parts, the host and the client. The host is the one who will put on the back scratching rig. The rig features 2 shoulder straps and 2 larger waist straps. First, drape the rig like a cape with the servos facing into your back and the shoulder straps held in place by your right hand. With your free left hand, place the left waist strap over your belly. Now use your left hand to hold both shoulder straps. Your right hand should now be free to place the right waist strap loosely over the left waist strap. Each shoulder strap loosely goes under the armpit, around the back, and can be secured to the Velcro around the waist. Now you'll need some friends, which for me at least was a lot easier said than done. But if you manage to get some friends, have them go to fth.fly.dev, where they'll be asked to tap the screen. Faster tapping means faster scratching, and the app will also change colors to reflect this change in intensity. With that, you can now relax as your online minions scratch your back. Feel the Hive is a multi-sensory experience. It features sight, as in seeing the web app's UI or UX, or seeing the rig. It features sound, the sound of the web app beeping to the user's taps and the sound of servos whirring. It features touch, the feeling of tapping the screen and the feeling of servo scratching the back. But most importantly is the sense of proprioception, or the self-awareness of how your body occupies space. Feel the Hive plays with proprioception by forcing the user to mentally reconcile the fact that a bunch of internet people are telling the servos to scratch their back. Now, I'll briefly go over how I went about making the whole project. Much of my preliminary prototyping and user testing went into the web app portion, and from the results of the user testing, I focused my efforts on making the app accessible, maximizing the screen's tappable area, and creating interesting multisensory feedback. Next was the server, which used WebSockets for bidirectional communication between each client and server. My goal here was to create a robust system that could handle the ultra-fast tap spamming that people would likely do because humans are inherently monsters. The last part of the project was the backscratcher rig, which as it turns out was easily the most annoying and finicky part to build. I had to solder 8 servos, a battery pack, and an OLED display alongside an ESP32 microcontroller that would connect to the server, get the data, and turn the servos, all contained within a vest. A lot of moving parts and a lot of potential for error. Source code, schematics, and system diagrams are all linked in the description of this video if you want to build your own backscratcher. In building this project, I learned a whole lot more than I ever really expected to learn. I feel the Hive really reinforced my belief in the power of simplicity, and is that a simple idea can often deliver its underlying messages more clearly and powerfully than a complex idea. I found out how difficult it is to design an accessible system made considering all kinds of people in mind. But perhaps most importantly, I learned to just not worry so much. Throughout the whole process of building the project, I ran into a lot of problems. But eventually, I'd end up figuring out what went wrong within like a day or two anyways, so realistically, worrying really provided no benefits to me. I envisioned that the next steps for Feel the Hive will involve lots and lots of scaling. More servos, more backscratchers, more sensors, more polish, more power, more of everything to make this project crazier and crazier. But for now, I'm content with lounging away in my very own backscratcher, freeloading off of my internet friends.